Okay, I want to talk about some appropriate stop loss information. So let's look at this peak that occurred here. We got a backside, we got a front side, we got a break level. The basic philosophy is, where should your stop be? Your stop should be beyond the break level. Why? Because price has a very hard time taking out a break level. So what you have to do is you have to do this calculation of going, how far away is the break level? In this case, the break level, even the ladder point, is 17 points away. Can I handle 17 points of heat? If you cannot take 17 points of heat, this is not the trade for you. That backside is not the trade for you. The appropriate stop loss is the break level. No question about it, because price is typically going to bounce there. The backside trade is always the highest risk because it's the furthest away from backup levels. And in this case, you were looking at a 17. And if you went 1 point above it, you're looking at a 20-point stop loss. Is this a good trade for you to take small? Probably not. Now, if you were going to trade the front side, what kind of stop loss would you be looking at? In this case, you're still looking at an 8-point stop loss. If you can't stomach the 8-point stop loss, do not trade the front side. Your only trade in this case would be from the body of these candles to the wicks. There's your 2-point, there's your 3-point stop loss. Under this analysis, if you wanted to be 6 points or less, there's only one trade on the board for you. That's the break level. So always measure from your entry to the backside. I mean, from the backside to, the top of the break level range. Can I take that much heat? If not, do I really want to be in that trade? You can also say, well, George, we got a middle backside here. And I go, oh, I agree with you. How far away is that? All right, there's 6 points. And if you're going to be a point above that, you're at 7 points. If you're going to front run this at all, now we're at 9 points. So you have to take all of that into consideration before you're willing to enter a trade. Then the next person might say, well, George, what about the 6-point stop loss? Yep, 6-point stop loss under a couple conditions. 6-point stop loss. I found the 6-point stop loss is optimal when we are laddering. Okay. So in this case, where we are doing this, backside, backside, on a second or third ladder up, in 96% of the trades, I never experience a 6-point drawdown. Okay. This 6-point stop loss is optimal in laddering up trades. Okay. And the second one is small candles. If we're having small candles, the 6-point stop loss tends to be a really good stop loss. But if we turn on our candle indicator and I get rid of this, and now we're looking at the colorization of these 8-point candles, are we falling within either of the criteria here for a 6-point stop loss? Nope, because it's not a laddering situation. In fact, it's counter trend. And you do not have small candles. So therefore, the 6-point stop loss is not optimal under these conditions. What is optimal is the break level stop. And if it's too far away, you don't take the trade. You just wait. All right, let's look at another way to look at stop losses. First of all, this thing is laddering. Perfect opportunity for a 6-point stop loss. Okay, that's one of the rules. Second thing is, let's look at the candles. Yeah, all the candles are under 8 points. Do you see that? I turn that on and off. All the candles are under 8 points. So here's the situation we're looking for. Here's a backside. Let me color that right. And let me go to front side break level. Okay. So let's say the maximum risk you're ever willing to take on a trade is 6 points. So what we have to do, we have to measure from the backside to the break level, is that 6 points or under? If it is, okay, you can make the trade. And then there's going to be situations like this where the backside's here, the break level is here, and the ladder point is here. You measure this distance and go, ooh, I'm looking at 9, 10-point stop. I'm not willing to take that much heat, but I am willing to take 6 points. We are laddering down. I want to be in the trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 6 points from my stop and go, right here's my entry. I would love to be in here, but I'm not willing to take that much risk. But right here, if price gets to there, I'm in, because it keeps me at my 6-point stop loss. It protects me from the break level. And if I get in, great. If I don't, so what? All right. One of the things I used to have on my chart for the longest time is I drew a box. So I'm going to start at this 4,000 level. I'm going to draw a box up to 4,006. And then I'm going to move this to the left, not the right. And I'm going to add the words here, 6-point stop loss. I'm going to put this in the center. I'm going to make this bigger. So for the longest time, I had that on my chart. You can ask any of my legacy guys. And what I would do, I would drag this, say, okay, where's my 6-point range? And I could instantly see whether or not I was going to enter or where I was going to enter. Let's go to a 3-minute chart. So let's pretend we were at this point in time. And I'm looking at my backside, front side. You take your 6-point tool, and by the way, it's always 6 points, no matter what time frame you're on. And you can simply drag that there, and you know instantly where your 6 points are. So if you wanted a little tool, put you a box on there that's 6 points vertically, and slide it around as you need it, and just move it out of the way when you're not using it. You like that? I use that for many months because I had to keep reminding myself, if I was going to be 6 points, can I trade this range? Can I trade the front edge of the range and have 2 bounce levels? Can I trade the back edge of the range and have 2 bounce levels? Because I want 2 bounce levels within this 6 points. That is just so critical to me. And so put that 6-point box on your chart. And as you switch time frames, it'll automatically resize it where it stays 6 points, which is really cool.